Hello and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, where today we are going to finish up some quests here in Alchemoth and then progress with the story. And I'm going to sneeze. Yep. Now we gotta go back to the kid who, I learned something earlier. I went and talked to everyone that wasn't involved with a quest at various times, so Affinity chart looks like this. Everyone in Alchemoth, that is. And, yeah, this kid is 69 years old. Which, I guess I shouldn't call him a kid. Then again, Melia's what, like 80, 88? And the devs have confirmed that developmentally she is the equivalent of 16 for us humans. So I guess maybe Merlaze is still a kid, just a very old kid. "69 years old.
Wanna play? Wanna play?
And of course he's got another quest. All right. Oh good, we don't gotta change the time.
What is it?
Yeah. Okay, so I gotta kill Bonos and Buonos. Or is it just Bonos? It's both. And they don't show up when it's raining. Yeah, I don't want those. That's better.
This represents no problem whatsoever.
So as you can see, Melia's got Summon Ice now. I realized I could level her up to the level where Summon Ice shows up, and so I did. which means she now has access to both of her damage over time abilities.
Ryan, however, I'm not so sure about.
Sorry. Didn't get enough sleep. Why don't we grab some shut-eye? Ryan, wake up! Ryan!
Whoops. Oh well. Yeah, let's summon another one.
Spirit is mine. Manifest yourself. The ether is flowing through me.
Also, I realize that since I can have Melia poison things now, I should take the poison plus gems from Ricky's weapon and put them on hers. So now she does 180% the damage of the summon poison as poison damage over time, which is a little significant. It's gonna really help her melt things once we get to the point where we can run around with the ether party doing chain attacks and actually getting chain links. Because if you're on a ×5 multiplier, which is actually like, I think it's plus 600% damage because it's not an actual multiplier. Yeah, you can just sit there and watch enemies die to poison, like even super bosses.
Poison earth. The ether is flowing through me. Prepare yourself. It's a bad battle.
Alright, one nebula to go. And then we'll actually be done with every quest available in Alchemoth up to this point in the game. I made sure to look and absolutely confirm that that was the case.
This represents no problem whatsoever.
Can someone else handle this one? This won't take long.
Wait,
Summon earth.
Melly says this represents no problem whatsoever. Shulk immediately says, can someone else handle this one?
I'm feeling it.
He must really not like nebulas.
Melia, are you tired?
No, I am fine. Ryan, however, I'm not so sure about.
Sorry. Didn't get enough sleep. Why don't we grab some shut-eye? Ryan, wake up! Ryan!
Yeah, Ryan, wake up. Alright, just gotta go talk to LaCroix, I guess. Or is it LaCroix? LaCroix? There's a number of ways it could be pronounced, depending on which language it's meant to be originating from.
What is it?
Could even be Lekruff. And faster to go here. There might be one more quest chained after this one. Or chained into by this one, rather. But, yeah.
Wanna play? Wanna play?
Oops, didn't mean to trade with you. You don't even have anything useful.
Wanna play?
It's also a little awkward that a 69-year-old, the first time, or every time you talk to him, first thing he says is, "Wanna play?" Alright, well, we're done with questing. So, really? I didn't grab the landmark? Oh well. Yeah, done with questing in Alchemoth, which is good because we're done with questing in Alchemoth. It's going to be a while yet before things change there, but I do like being at least done with it.
Let me at 'em. Everyone, do your best. We can definitely do this.
Succumb to the power of Earth.
Split it.
Ether is flowing through me. Behold my power.
Sword drive slash.
So ice is a circular AoE, relatively short range, but it is very potent.
Is that all the backbone you have? We are victorious.
Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone? Piece of cake.
And we're going to need at least one Slowbos Ice Rock. Ah, so this is also making an assumption about which of two paths I'm going to take. But it's making the opposite assumption of the last time we saw a vision for it. There's still a Ores somewhere that we didn't find. Somewhere up there. Yeah, it could be up there. It could be elsewhere. I don't even know for sure. You would think that this would be a landmark. But hey, at least that over there is going to be a landmark. The tunnel. And then we're going to get it to get out of this snow. Which is kind of unfortunate. It's rather pretty here. Also, I like the music here. It's nice. But now we're on the thumb, which will allow us to move forward onto the Sword Valley. Pretty neat, just looking up at the Bionis from here. Let's see if we can get a better view at a different time, though. Yeah, there we go. Nifty. Can't see the Mechonis from here, but we'll see it soon enough.
Oh, what the?
Is all that big sword? Oh, if he's, then ouchie ouch.
The sword of the Mechonis.
The entire valley below. The whole thing is its sword.
Something seems unnatural.
What do you mean?
Look, that flowing light. From the way it glows, it has to be ether. But it looks like it's being drawn in by something.
By the fortress. It should just be up ahead.
Father once told me that the Mechonis absorbs the ether of the Bionis and uses it for sustenance.
So the Mechonis feeds off ether? Then undoubtedly the ether serves as the Mekon's energy source as well.
Suddenly, the snow stops. Eh. There's the Mechonis. And here we're going to get to see some pretty neat Mechon designs.
It looks so big, even from this distance. The fortress must be enormous.
Galahad Fortress, the frontline base of the Mechon. The Mechon that attack Bionis must all come from here.
Then there's a high probability that he's there. The golden Mechon that took Fiora. We're about to enter the Mechon stronghold. If there's anyone who wants to turn back now...
Shulk, friend should no split up. No leave friend behind. Ricky's scared, but Ricky won't go too.
Ricky.
He's right. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
Bionis sure does have a big thumb. And there sure are a lot of cutscenes on it.
What's that? A supply convoy. It would be most unwise to proceed without restocking our supplies.
You arranged this for us.
Hey, it's...
Dixon!
Looks like you lot have been having fun without me. Heard you took care of that faced Mechon.
What are you doing here?
I got wind of some allied force coming together a few days back. I stepped up as the representative of the Homs. Then a little birdie told me you lot were heading for Galahad Fortress. So I thought I'd drop by and say hello. I've got a whole stack of new equipment. Want some?
Yeah! I was hoping for some new stuff.
Hold it, Ryan. You know it's gonna cost you.
You cheap old man.
Alright, what do you have for sale? Ooh, a bunch of books that we didn't have before. Most of them not super worthwhile, but there's a couple in there that are great. Soaring Tempest is good. Reflection is good for certain situations. And Lariat's good, and Mind Blast doesn't hurt. These weapons, stats-wise, are all very bad. But they ignore Mechon armor, so I guess they're not super unusable. Specifically because they make it so that we don't have to rely on Shulk using enchant. I'll buy this one for Ryan since it's not the hugest downgrade. Also, some of these weapon visuals can only be gotten by buying them here. So that's a thing. Oh, Brave Gloves. Yeah, we might as well put them on Melia at that point. So, 6 pairs of Brave Gloves. And 6 pairs of brave shoes. And let's actually... Oh, skill trees? Alright. Okay. Yeah, let's actually equip the new stuff. So it was brave gloves. And brave shoes. Shame no brave top. And do we have a spike defense? So we can just, yeah. Don't have to think about it if we just use the same thing. And Ryan's got a new weapon. There it is. Thankfully, it's got the 1 slot so we can keep Topple Plus, which makes his topples last 40% longer. Just making sure. Every once in a while, I was like, wait, did I actually do both for everyone so far? And as soon as I've thought it once, I can't help but go back and look just to make sure. Alright, everyone's got all their brave things.
Hey there.
Let's tell Dixon what has happened.
Fiora? You mean Dumban's sister?
Yes.
So that's why you're all looking so down. I can't believe they're sticking Homs into those faced Mechon. Looks like they weren't just eating us.
They made Mumkar into one. He was the one who attacked Colony 9.
Oh, and there was me thinking he snuffed it in that battle.
Aren't you surprised?
Did he attack Colony 9? I don't know what drives those Mechon. I've given up trying to figure them out. It don't surprise me one bit. Still, Mumkar as well, eh? Things are getting interesting.
Sorry?
Oh, nothing.
It is time for us to return. I would like to continue providing assistance, but my help is required in assembling Homs for the Allied force. There are also my duties as seer to consider.
Then I'll be off too. You lot should be alright getting Fiora back. In the meantime, we'll be getting ready for battle.
Thanks for coming this far. We'll be fine. We can handle ourselves.
Galahad Fortress is a key position for the Mechon. You can't just rush in, all guns blazing.
Agreed. We will infiltrate via the ether inlets. If I'm right and the Mechon do feed off ether, then we're sure to find some form of influx channel. Our objective is to reach one of those channels.
Don't go dying on me, Shulk.
I won't. You take care as well.
Cheers.
Looks like it's just us.
Right. We head for the hilt of the sword. Galahad Fortress.
Okay.
One year on, Now, at last, we will seize our destiny. Isn't that right, Shulk?
So another has appeared with the ability to wield the Monado. But why would Zanza release the Monado? He surely knows it would become a double-edged sword. Yet he relinquishes it to that mere child. And a face escaped my control and acted alone. Now that the Monado has been freed, it appears the usefulness of the faces has come to an end. Although, perhaps there are still things to be learned from having them challenge the boy.
Alright, here we are in Sword Valley. Let's hop on up here. Mainly because when it comes to exploration, it's easier to jump down than to find places to climb up. Plus there's collectibles up here. Oh, that's an abrupt end to this path, so let's hop off here. A little less distance to fall. And grabbing that. Alright, so that little structure there has one of, I think it's 4 quests that are missable here on the sword. And you get the quest just by approaching the structure. Or perhaps by pressing this button. Or no, it's the next structure. Also, wow, that was something big poking its little head through the parts there. Wait, is that seriously all? We press this and then nothing at all happens? Or is it... Oh, right, it makes this operable. And yes, I know there's an alternate path. We will be taking it. I'm just coming this way first so that we can see this fortress unit. These things are impressive. Let's probably get killed by it.
Leave this to me. Let me at him.
Summon Earth! Poison Earth! The ether is flowing through me! Return to chaos!
Powering up.
Behold my power!
Now it's right time.
Hopefully Shulk doesn't waste anything on enchants,
Manifest yourself!
because we don't need them.
I am in your debt. Roaring thunder! Spear break!
Now it's right time. Bring it on.
Vertical bolt! Summon bolt!
Powering up.
Vertical bolt! Your fighting spirit is mine!
Yeah, we don't really have the heals to withstand this thing. And that Titan Stamp is a circular AoE. That's going to hit everyone.
Manifest yourselves! Oppose me and your destruction is inevitable.
Don't let up now.
Well, goodbye. Oh boy. So that's a line AoE. So let's just get far away from Rhine.
Ancient spirit of ice to me! The ether is flowing through me! How can this be? Succumb to the power of earth!
Yeah, this isn't gonna end well for Melia.
My strength is fading.
Spear break! Now, starlight kick! Out!
Immune to topple.
What? Roaring thunder! Well,
Goodbye, world. I mean, we could level up so that we would be the same level as that thing. Then it would be easier to take on. Or we could actually have Ricky or Sharla in the party to act as a healer. Both of those would make it so that we could probably bring it down without too much trouble, considering how well we did without any heal access. Whoops. Hang on.
All right, I'm feeling it.
Wow, way to just immediately harm yourself at the start of battle there, Shulk.
Leave this to me. Let me at 'em.
Probably should have waited on ice, done poison first. Because then we could have done damage improved chill on all of those. Yeah, it looks like we're doing just fine anyway.
Manifest yourself! Almost there! Manifest yourself!
Oh yeah, baby.
Mine!
Yeah, nice going. Leave it.
Alrighty. You'll note instead of ether veins, when we're on Mechonis things, there are ether ether gears instead. Oh, I'm sorry, was that a spoiler that we're going to be going on to the Mechonis later in this game? I'm sure nobody would have guessed that. Hey, fellas. Oh, that central thing can be... Well, I guess it can be hopped onto. There's a bridge above it. Neat. This is a little too far to jump, though. That said, this is a place we can go in. And considering the size of everything here, Mechonis' sword can't have a very sharp edge. It is definitely a fairly blunt weapon. But its sheer size and weight would still mean that it's something to be reckoned with. You better look out for these offensive Mechon.
You shall witness our power!
Especially when they're offensive plus. Who knows what they might say. Hopefully whatever they say is not so offensive as to not be work safe.
Give it all you got, Melia.
Victory is sweetest when you can share it.
Who else wants some? Let's stay focused.
So why did I come over here? I guess so I could go back across the other way using that other bridge that has a collectible on it. Unless this leads somewhere interesting, which it doesn't seem to. Oh, I guess there's nothing to come over here for. Other than this collectible. Yeah, we gotta go up and over that to get back in past the gate. Yep.
Building within me. Manifest yourself. Summon bolt. Manifest yourself. What a bad battle.
Cool. Let's keep this up. Who else wants some?
Alright, so now it's time to get a quest. At least once we're past this group of dudes.
Everyone, stay on your guard.
Let me at 'em. I'm ready.
Summon earth.
You're not invincible.
Summon ice.
Now we're pulling together. So this is what teamwork is.
Alright, got them all with the ice.
Mine. Inspiring. I shall do my best too.
Leave it to right.
Also, Shulk has clearly been enchanting us, even though Melia is the only one who can benefit from the enchant for reasons other than, oh boy, plus 50 damage per hit. And Melia's not exactly a melee attacker.
Cool. Let's keep this up.
Yeah, we got a quest to take this fortress. So let's do it. Oops. Oh well.
I'm feeling it.
Your fighting spirit is mine. Poison. Ether is flowing through me.
Let's do it. I'm powering up. We can definitely do this.
I am in your debt.
Now it's right time.
Witness my true power.
This will be powering up.
Freeze! Ice wave! Summon! I see life outside my world is not easy.
Piece of cake. Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
So Melia says, I see life outside my world is not easy. And then Shulk immediately yells, piece of cake! Shulk, maybe, listen to Melia. Pay just a smidge more attention to her. Man, this thing's got a collectible under it, so I gotta kill it.
Stay on your guard.
Leave it to right. Leave this to me.
Summon ice. Freeze! Ice wave! The ether is flowing through me.
This will leave a mark. Now it's right time.
Succumb to the power of
We can
earth.
definitely do this.
Spear break! On guard! So this is the legendary Monolith.
Split edge.
Victory is sweetest when you can share it.
Man, what a bunch of jokers. Cool. Let's keep this up.
Oh, are you bringing friends?
Now you shall
I mean, we were gonna fight these guys anyway.
Leave this to me.
summon.
We can definitely do this.
Succumb to the power of earth.
Alright, so Prudent Person, which is an amusing name for a Mechon, gets the poison. Then hopefully they all get the Mind Blast.
Inspiring. I shall do my best.
And then they all get the chill. Brian, please take aggro from Melia.
Is this the final one? Summon force. Now is the time to show ancient spirit of ice to me.
I'm all right. Thank you.
Poison's still doing its work.
We can definitely do this. Manifest yourself. Now is the time to unleash a chain attack. Spear break. The weak spot.
All right. Take that, prudent person.
I see life outside my world is not easy.
Let's stay focused. Who else wants some?
Shulk just keeps shutting Melia down when she tries to talk about how difficult life is outside her world. And let's grab this collectible. And then we'll head on outside. And you know what? It's about time to end this episode, so join us next time when we will continue exploring Sword Valley. See you then, friends.